Okay, we'll try it this time. See if this does it. See, like drops, I don't mind so much. It's more that audio desync is really noticeable. Really fucking annoying. I did listen to a lot of this kind of music though. I'd probably still listen to this sort of music now. Actually, I quite like the sound of it. Sounds alright to me. Oh, we've got quality options back. That's better. Okay, right. Let's give this a go. Cut my life into pieces. This is my last resort. I haven't heard that song for a long time. Oh, this doesn't sound as good. I don't remember this track at all, so I could crash here. Now the handling in this is so good. But shit. Okay. Catch a corner. It goes into 30 frames a second in the crash cutscenes. Fuck. I wasn't sure if the bins would stop us or not. Clearly it does. I actually think Burnout 3 has a much better soundtrack than this. Actually, Burnout 2 has a really good soundtrack as well. Like the, it was, oh fuck. It was Criterion's own soundtrack, I think, that one. Yeah, I really don't remember these tracks very well. Yeah, these time trials, look how hard they are, and this is just the beginning. Although I did crash it quite a few times. Alexa, play Last Resort. Can't hear me at all. Wait, can't hear me at all? Oh, there's still sound. Hang on, what's going on? Is my... Oh, you can't hear me because the game's too loud. Because that I could believe. We turn that down a bit. Is that better? Amazon Echo is playing Papa Roach super loud. Okay. Okay. Did anyone notice any hitching in the stream? Or did it seem okay? Right. Proper race. That's one lap. Oh yeah, you need to build your boost bar up, you actually have to take someone out, don't you? I think. Oh, fuck! New revenge rival. shot. It's not such a good game to stream, but I think it's quite a good one to test it out. Fuck. Nearly fucked myself over there. This is only going 153 miles an hour. Oh god, is that that's Offspring, isn't it? Ian, is that Offspring? Okay, I think we've had enough of that. I'm fairly happy with how that runs. Let's switch that off. Let's switch over to full screen. No drop frames that time. Okay, cool. Right, I now know what I can push. It looks like it was only the odd dropped frame though, wasn't it? It's more that the audio dropping out that was more annoying. Did it how did it look though? Did it look like it's not going to look quite as smooth as the Zelda stuff, I don't think. But then again, it's a much quicker game, so I can't really blame it for that. Conference. What section is this going to be under? It's not IRL, is it? Is there talk shows or something? Talk shows? I guess it must be, isn't it? Looked really fine. Awesome. Thanks, Rug. I appreciate it. Ah, there's an E3 section. Okay. Let's do that. E3. Oh god, there's a couple of E3 sections. E3 2018. What's in that one? Fucking hell. There's one guy that's got 52,000 people watching him. That's nuts. What? Yeah, what's in the other? Why would they have two sections for E3? Oh, Twitch have got their own E3 2018 section. That one's got less people in it. Don't think it really matters, does it? Put herself in that one. You guys got some music? Yeah, there's some music playing, isn't there? Normally watch Giant Bomb. Looked fine. I would play it on TV at that quality. Okay, cool. That's good. Like Battlefield footage triggers even more people than the trailer did. Yeah, dude, so do I. I honestly don't know why people are getting so getting their knickers in such a fucking twist over that. Honestly, it's not like it's a game. They're not really going for historical accuracy, surely. I'm pretty sure they're just going for whatever they want. Now, do we have a YouTube live stream I can mess around with? Who's usually good to follow? Let's see. Yeah, has anyone got any good YouTube streams that are worth looking at? They never went for accuracy. People are just weird about battle. No, people are like there's you know, the whole politically correct stuff. I agree that there's, you know, it's gone in one direction maybe a bit too far. But then you've got people on the other end of things which are like, oh no, everything is politically incorrect nowadays. Blah blah blah. They're just, you know, they're moaning about one side of things, and then the other side is moaning about the other side. It's really not something to get pissed off about. It's really not. Don't disrespect the greatest generation. Oh, what you mean the World War generation? Yeah. Okay, we got GameSpot. What about IGN? I know I don't usually get on with IGN, but if they've got a good stream, let's just see how that works.
Will be the biggest games of the show. What will be announced?
Okay, they've got a fairly solid one by the looks of it. Just finished. Yeah. Oh yeah. Spider-Man. No spoilers. No spoilers. Yeah. It's still. I think there's spoilers for season 2 in the Attack on Titan 2 game, isn't there? If I want to play as a transgendered Ewok in World War 2, then I should be able to. I think an Ewok in World War 2 might be a bit too far, although that could be quite funny. Let's see. GameSpot stream. How's that looking? GameSpots looks okay. Ian, you really need to watch season 2. I think we're just about to get season 3 in a couple of weeks. Is that running at 60? Ah, theirs only running at 720. Fuck that shit. We want 60 frames a second, boys. Let's see. IGN's is running at 60. Guys, does anyone have any other YouTube stream that's particularly good that I could piggyback off of? Because otherwise, it looks like IGN is what we're going to go for. Oh, the ending is an original ending. Okay. Giant Bomb normally piggybacks the GameSpot stream. It's normally solid. It's solid, but it's not 60 frames. And I feel like, you know, considering I've just fiddled around with all the settings, I kind of want to use that. Right. Yeah, I think we'll stick with that then, if that's the case. I know I'm such a snob, but if I've just tweaked around with the settings, I might as well use the get the best quality I can get. You know, I'm very particular. I'm very particular about my quality of everything. Steady 30 for life. Well, steady 60 is better though, as well. 60 FPS or nothing. Then it just gets out of control. It's like 120 FPS or nothing, 1000 FPS or nothing. Right. Okay. I'm gonna have to actually change this a little bit because no one's actually watching the. Sorry, I haven't got another person on stream to watch this with me, so I'm gonna have to do a bit of tweaking on the fly here. Let's see. Or I could just I could just have that. So we could have this one, but I don't really want to cut any of the screen out if I can avoid it. Yeah, fuck it. I'm just gonna make one on the fly here. Bear with me, guys. Bear with me. Oh shit! Sorry, that's the wrong thing. That was the wrong thing. Sorry. I've not done this on stream before. I'm creating a new source as we go. Hey, how's it going, Sean? You okay, dude? Glad you could join me. Sally, I can't. I know you hoped I would join, but Sally, I don't own a microphone. Spider-Man, don't worry about it, dude. I'm really it's not that big of a problem. I've kind of not really organised myself very well this year in making sure someone was with me, but I've got a mate that might be joining for one or two of them, so it's not all bad. Now I'm gonna have to move the chat down a little bit here. Let's see. Yeah, because I'm actually gonna have to extend the chat out underneath. Right, let's delete that. How you doing, Rad? Rad, I love Rad. I use Rads too much, or I used to, and then someone told me off because I used it too much. Okay, I think that looks good. My will to go stay strong, but it's okay if you cry. I won't judge. No, I'll try and hold it in. I'll try not to cry. I'll try my best. Should I get closer to the microphone? You see how much better it sounds when I'm like right in front of the mic? But I cannot. There's no way I can get the mic directly in front of my mouth. It's really annoying because it sounds so much better as well. I used to like IGN, but sort of hate them now. Can't spell ignorant without IGN. Surely EA will be running their own Raw stream, so you don't have to contend with other people talking. No one else would be talking during the actual stream. It's just the before and after bit that they'll be talking. Sounds like I'm inside you. I actually don't know, dude. In fact, actually, we have a look, see if there is one. Let's have a look on EA's page. This is where my PC starts to shit itself because I'm using too many things at once. Oh, Electronics Arts does have their own one. Does that run at 60? Yeah, that does. Okay, we'll use the EA one then. That's bound to be the smoothest, isn't it? And you've got some kind of like that looks like football to me, so I'm bored. that's great. Big shot. How's it going, dude? Does it sounds okay here though, right? I mean, clearly that sounds better. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? But that sounds okay too, right? Looks like a goddamn titan about to use me as a snack. What, me? Right, bear with me a sec, guys. This is potentially going to be a bit of a pain because I'm going to have to move the chat down. Look at you move. Anthem might be fun, but it also seems like the death of BioWare I used to love. I know what you mean. Like the last last Mass Effect wasn't nearly as good as it should have been. Chat's just going to go out very quickly here, so I'm going to have to adjust the height on the fly. We're doing it live. Fuck it. Generic red-haired lady presenting crowd reactions. Yeah. Yeah. Sure. That would be. That's a good point. Can you hear me? Every day I imagine a future where I can be with you. What? What are you talking about? Okay, that should be enough. Right, chat should be good now. We need to find a cool little E3 picture. Oh fuck, that's really gonna fuck things up. Is it just me, or is this E3, this EA stream a bit like jank as fuck? Hang on. Can we turn their actual chat off? I feel like that's, yeah, hide chat. That doesn't seem particularly smooth, does it? I think it might have just been the chat. Oh yeah, we probably turn some music on, can't we?
and someone said, well, how many games do you have in the vault right now? And we were like, 100 or so? And they go, yeah, let's go ahead and stream it.
Yeah,
So
fuck
we
you,
are
EA.
actually
You can't stream
streaming
for shit.
100 hours.
We'll go back to
100
IGN.
games with
See if that's any better. That should be a bit smoother at least. Turn their chat off too.
Boxes to cosmetic upgrades. Some speculate the scandal
Right.
impacted projected sales and soured the market on what promised.
Tell me when it sounds
a higher
okay.
hit. And then there was Mass Effect
Oh
Andromeda,
fuck, I keep
the
pressing the wrong
BioWare
button.
sequel to a beloved franchise that landed with a critical thud.
Is that too
This
loud?
E3, EA is seeking redemption, and it looks like they're headed in the right direction. Already, EA
That's-
is
that's-
promising
that's about
that
okay, isn't
Battlefield
it?
5
I think-
will ditch premium passes and loot boxes, making
It's
all
EA, of course
major
it's jank, yeah.
post-release content available at no
It's not the
extra
conference hall
charge.
though, Tom. Could be broadcast stream. It's a bit jank.
EA is also publicly acknowledging
Yeah,
that Anthem
IGN
would not
seems
repeat
like a
the
bit more
mistakes
solid.
in Battlefront
I think
2.
I trust
They
them
would do
a bit more.
everything to steer clear of the pitfalls that plagued Mass Effect
EA is never
Andromeda.
good. EA is
Is all
sometimes
this
good.
goodwill good enough? We're about to find out.
Oh, hang on. Are we going to have that red line in the
The
stream?
EA showcase is just around the corner, so what are our predictions? Alana, what
let
are
me
we
go, let me
about
go
to
full
see?
screen.
Look, as
see
much
what
as
that
I
looks
would
like.
love to say Dead Space and Skate 4, probably not going to happen. No, I think we're probably going to get some updates.
This
on
might
Star
not work,
Wars.
by the way.
We really don't know
I'm
much
just having
about
a look
the
at it on
future of
the
Star
stream.
Wars license. I think EA has it for 5 more years, and they've really only come out with 2 actual console games in the 5 years they've had that license, which isn't a ton, especially considering so many franchises they have annualized. So I want to get an update on Star Wars, especially, you know, how are they making it up to fans after people were disappointed in Battlefront 2's story? Are we going to get more single-player campaigns? Really hoping.
Yeah, shit,
to
that
learn
cuts
more about
loads of it off, doesn't it?
Yeah, we know there was the visceral Star Wars game.
Right.
That I don't know if it got.
Shut
Yeah.
Yeah,
it
problem
got
is if I
canned,
have
or
it,
at least it's being
if I don't have
heavily
it, oh no, there you go,
reworked.
it's fine.
Because they
It's
said
fine.
at the time
I'm
it was
worrying
shaping up
about
to be a
nothing.
single-player, linear, story-driven game, which
Yeah.
sounds pretty awesome.
It
by
did
the way.
sound really
They've
good.
kicked that to Motive.
Yeah,
and
right.
Respawn
Alana
is
can
still has
dine
one
it.
in the works,
Wait,
but
what?
that's right. Yeah, it's a weird time for Star Wars. Both, you know,
Who-
as a,
I
as
don't
a
know
game
any of
fan
these
and as a movie
guys, Ian,
fan.
so
Yeah, so I imagine they would want to remind everyone that they're
I
making.
don't, I
a
can't
Star
tell
Wars
if they're
game.
annoying or
What
not yet.
would we want it to be? What kind of Star Wars game? They've had
Alana.
2 Battlefront games.
Is that? Well, I assume that's the
What do we
blonde
want
girl,
this
right?
Star Wars game to be?
The Respawn game is particularly exciting for me because coming off of Titanfall
Rog, did you
2,
play?
keep it all
Did you
straight.
play
yeah,
Dead
the
Space
movement in that
3?
game was fantastic. I mean,
'Cause
Giant
Dead Space
Nexus
2 is
hard to go
okay,
along
but it
with
was
that.
definitely the
If
weakest
you
one.
Get that kind of spirit and like freewheeling, you know, just pedal to the metal kind of feel in a Star Wars game, I would be really excited about that.
Just reskin Titanfall 2 and make it Clone Wars.
Yeah,
Pretty straightforward.
done.
Yeah.
I feel like I want and this was kind of what people were talking about when Amy Hennig was supposed to be working on it, is basically I want Star Wars but Uncharted. Like I would like a sort of faux open world, just large environments, but a linear
gonna see if
story.
I can
know
find a
that
little
EA is really
E3
unlikely to do
logo
that
we
without
can
a
use.
multiplayer component. It's the easiest thing to monetize. I get that they're a business, but I would really like to see more stories, more original stories as well. It would be really cool.
Would play
I've actually got a
All right,
new
Brandon, what do you think
E3
we're about to
logo
see
now by the looks
at
of it.
EA's press conference.
I mean, I'm gonna double down on that Star Wars, man. Like that is looking, that's looking really, really, really good as a safe bet for us to, you know, get a glimpse of it. Like this.
Do you like
this
how
is- what was it, 2
professional
years
this
ago,
is?
They released, excuse me, 2 years ago they released the dev diary saying, "Hey, we're working on it," and it's gone quiet since then.
Yeah.
So I think it's really time that we see something in a Star Wars universe that isn't necessarily Battlefront. I think they have their shooter, and I would love to see some more of like a story element.
Yeah. I wonder if one of the holdups we
Check
have
out this
is maybe
massive
maybe
E3 logo.
it's, like,
Hey!
very difficult to get things to do with Star Wars like approved because there's so
Yeah.
many people. Like you have to be
Sure.
really true to a license. Like maybe that stuff's like just a lot harder than we would
Sure, it all has to go through Lucas or Disney or
think. Yeah.
All right, Max, your prediction.
I know this is kind of a long shot here, but I predict
Massive
during
logo.
the EA showcase, we are going to see a developer diary where some real human person is sitting at their desk and they talk about things that they're working on.
Yeah.
And they just maybe like they always do this. They always show off something, and it's which
Put
you
that
know, it's-
behind the
they
chat.
did one I think last year for Star Wars where we got that literal 3-second glimpse of Visceral's game and a bunch of people talking about the state of Star Wars.
Right.
But it's always like, oh, they just revealed Bosk for Battlefront on someone's monitor. And it's something
Yeah.
that drives me crazy. There was one a few years back when they were talking
go.
about what was
I'm
the
happy
name
with
of,
that.
the Criterion Extreme
We're
Sports
done. We're
game.
ready.
Yeah, there's
We're
an
ready.
extreme racing game from Criterion that ended up never being finished.
Yeah, I'd
Yeah.
like a
So
Sim
I'm
City
playing it
again, like a
safe here.
good
I'm betting
one.
that
That'd be
we're gonna
good.
see one of those videos where a bunch of people kind of sit around and talk. I mean, I don't know. Like, I love the. I love
EA
the
loves
reveals.
that.
Ideally, everything would be like the big Anthem reveal, where it's just a solid chunk of, if not gameplay, concept gameplay.
Yeah, that is the
We're probably
actual
gonna get people
Sean,
talking about the
Ian.
stuff they're working on. You know,
Yeah.
they've got some ideas.
They
for
better
things.
put in my boy Jar
Someone
Jar
pretending
Binks.
to play with animations in
Yeah.
the background.
Maybe-
Yeah.
maybe
I can't. I
people
don't think they can
have-
even
Yeah.
put that in as a joke. I don't
Yeah, we
think.
know they're
I
gonna
don't
have
think they
the, you know,
can.
the big heavy hitters, the Anthem, the Battlefield 5. However, Scoop, just this morning, the ESRB posted a rating for
Ian, I
Unravel
actually have
2.
City Skylines. I've got it on the Xbox. It's not going to be as
Unravel 2.
good,
Unravel
but I
was a
do
couple
actually
years
have
ago.
that. I haven't tried it
Yarny,
yet though.
Of course, there's a big moment from E3 2016, I believe.
Right.
So it seems highly likely that they're about to announce Unravel 2 today.
Yeah, I mean, for the last couple of years, EA
I didn't
has
finish
sort of,
Unravel.
provided
I
a-
quite liked
a
it. I
venue
don't know if
for
I
the
just
smaller
wasn't up
games
for
with,
that
you know,
kind
the
of
EA Originals program, and I know
that
Unravel
kind of
was
like
part
puzzle
the,
platformer at
EA
the
Originals
time.
program, but in that same sort of
It sparked
spirit,
it.
yeah.
Like the EA Originals program, which for the record I think is incredibly cool. I hope we see more games out of it. I'm not sure if Unravel 2 will be part of it, but for anyone who doesn't know, EA doesn't make any profit off of those games. All profit goes to the developers. So every single EA Originals game, if
That
you are
doesn't
interested
sound
in
true.
like a way out, you aren't giving EA money by paying for that. And I
That
think
doesn't
it's a
sound
really
true
cool,
at all.
supportive
I
program.
don't know if I
Some
believe
gamers
that.
like not giving EA money.
I know, that's why I mentioned it.
Right.
I also want to point out that you don't need an
Ian, yeah,
ESRB rating
I don't know if
to
I don't know
show
if
your
you
game in
count
E3. So that tells me this
Ori
is
as a puzzle
and it's
platformer.
available
It's like a
now.
Metroidvania,
Oh,
I'd
like a
say.
one
It's
more
closer
thing
to,
kind of
Yeah.
which is
Would it
kind of
be
like a
like
puzzle
E for
platform
everybody?
anyway.
Yeah.
I was
Probably.
kind of hoping they'd take a grittier approach with Yarny.
M-rated
Yarny's
Unravel.
Revenge.
He's just dirty.
Also worth noting, rated for PS4, Xbox One, PC, not Switch.
Bummer.
Don't get me wrong, I liked
means EA is
Unravel.
not
I don't know if I
following
was in the
rules.
right mood
Put
for it
everything on
at the
Switch.
time that it was.
That's what you're supposed to do. Everything
It was
on
on.
Switch.
Sorry, the time it was
All
on.
right,
The
that's
time I
Unravel
played
2.
it.
Those big games, Anthem, Battlefield
By the way, you've
5.
got,
I think EA
sorry.
opens with one of them, and which one?
Here, this is really awkward.
Yes. Okay.
That
I'm
tells
just
you when all the
dark.
conferences are,
All right, so
and
let's
at
talk
all the
about
different
Anthem
times.
tonight.
If
I think Anthem is their big sort of unknown.
if that's any good
game.
for
I mean,
you,
we saw it a
just
couple
noticed
years ago.
something,
Looks
1 year ago.
1 year ago. That's
just
right. Yeah.
noticed
Wow.
something.
Time
Time flies.
Time flies. It looks great. It looks like it plays great, and I think that they're going to say, like, everyone knows what Battlefield is, right? It's a known quantity. I think they open the show with Anthem, showing off just so much gameplay is what I want to see. I just want to see so much gameplay.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah, we're really interested in what kind of multiplayer this is going to have as well. And, you know, it looks like Destiny, but then it doesn't. And they've spoken about how they're going to be showing off a lot of monsters.
I am
so I'm
really
wondering
looking
if
forward
the
to
multiplayer
Anthem,
component
though.
is
I think
going to
that
be
looks
somewhere
that looks like it's
between
going to be pretty interesting. I
Destiny
think.
and maybe Monster Hunter, less like a Destiny clone like everyone thought it would be at the start. So
Right.
I'm very curious.
By the way,
about
is this
that.
is
Stuff
this
like
layout
would be
okay,
Monster Hunter,
guys? Is
but,
like
you
is
know,
the
jetpacks.
is the
I mean, this
sorry?
so-called
is the
gameplay,
screen
call it
big
what you
enough
will from last
for
year.
you?
I saw this and I was
I
like,
didn't wanna-
Okay, this looks just
I
impossible.
didn't want to cover the video,
video,
so I've moved it across and made it a little bit smaller.
Yeah.
I'm dying to
It's
see
not
what it
too
actually,
small, is
how
it?
actually unrolls and what it is, and also maybe a tease of what the story is. Because
Send
it's
her
a
to the
BioWare
acid
game
mines.
after all, and they're
Yeah,
known
you
for
know what-
having
you know what it's
incredibly
about,
well-fleshed-out
dude.
worlds and stories and characters. So
Yeah, and it's tough. Like, how do you put a story focus on a game that's, you know, at its core going to be a cooperative, you know, shared world, where your actions are supposed to change the world, but like then your friends' actions also have to change the world.
I was
So
about to change the
Yeah,
world
it's
for this
hard to
Rancor
deliver
here.
stories in that way, but it's also like slightly concerning that one of the lead writers, I believe, left halfway through the project. But
Drew Holmes.
yeah, but it is a lot of the people who worked on the original Mass Effect trilogy, which
Sure.
you know we all love because those stories were so engrossing. So
Yeah.
do you get to date other aliens? Guess we'll find out.
It's not a BioWare game if you can't. It sounds like EA is really going to blow up Anthem today. They've announced ahead of time they're going to be giving us a detailed look at Anthem's gameplay. They're going to show us an all-new trailer. That'll give us a glimpse into the story, characters, and monsters that bring the game to life. There's lots of monsters
Love
in the
monsters.
game. The gameplay will focus on combat, flying mechanics, and loot. And Max, you'll be happy to hear there is a behind-the-scenes glimpse at Anthem and some of the
Called it.
concept art, design.
That's some professional insight right there.
Should be a
World building
fuck off
that's
big
gone
Sonic
into
right in the middle.
Veteran.
There
I
you
hope
go.
to see some desks.
Desks.
Well, just in the middle of the
In
picture,
Battlefield 5,
just to annoy people.
There was a reveal event a couple weeks ago. They showed us a big trailer, but we haven't really seen gameplay yet. Hopefully, we're going to see gameplay today. Do you think they'll focus on multiplayer or campaign stuff?
Probably Probably both.
Both?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I
Why
imagine we'll
not
get
both?
montages of both. Yeah, it's. I have a lot less questions about Battlefield because I'm like, oh, it's Battlefield.
It's a
First
bit
games I
choppy,
played
isn't it?
Online were Vietnam in 1942. I've been playing those
Well,
games
we
forever,
use
so
the
it's
EA
like, I know what
conference as a
this is.
test.
Let me see the cool vehicles. What
If
are
YouTube's
the
not up to streaming it, I might
time-related
have to use
weapons
Twitch
that
to
you've
do
got
it,
for me, but aside
perhaps.
from that, like I have a lot less questions. But yeah, I'm interested if they'll do the sort of vignette storytelling style that they did with Battlefield 1 because I actually like
Spider-Man, I
that.
don't think you're the only one
think
that's
so.
thinking
Coming
that.
back.
Guard really
I
doesn't
think that
like them by the sounds of
I
it.
think that, adds a fresh perspective rather
Yeah.
than one character through the entirety.
I think they're going to do the usual EA thing where they have just a massive audience full of people all playing in real time together, and it shows the game in action.
Yeah.
Yeah,
which is-
the curtain comes down and there's just 100 players and Snoop Dogg is there.
Exactly,
And,
yeah.
yeah.
Sounds like
Drake
fun.
shows up.
Drake shows
It's
up.
great.
Yeah, and people were
Yeah,
a little
that
bit wary of the
fit
sort
stuff
of
they do at the end of the
I
Battlefield
don't know,
thing
exaggerated,
is always a
colorful
bit shit.
approach, for Battlefield, but I'm
Because
dying
they
to see what it
just
looks
get
like.
a load of celebrities
You-
and
you
stick them in and
were
do
a fan
like
of
a
Battlefield 1, is that right?
64
I
player
loved
match.
it,
It's
yeah.
like,
And I mean, there've been a lot
Okay.
of World War II stuff. But anyway,
Cool. All right, time for another break, but don't go anywhere because we've got the EA press conference coming up next, and you don't want to miss it.
I don't know, if I was going to miss any of them, I'd probably miss this one. Actually, if I was going to miss any of them, it would be the PC one, because the PC one seems, every year I've seen it so far, it's been pretty fucking boring.
Before you find
Wow.
IGN's awesome
That's so
content
much
anywhere
louder.
else online, you'll find it right at home
Why-
on IGN.com. With
IGN.
IGN First, you'll get a sneak peek at
Fucking
never-before-seen
penises.
gameplay, exclusive insights from developers, and a whole lot more.
That's so much louder than the rest of the
Live
stream.
brings you IGN's Nintendo podcast up close and personal.
Stupid Snoop Dogg in front of a
Engage with other
game and have him
viewers.
pretend he's
Ask
playing
our
it.
NBC hosts your
Did
burning
you actually
questions
see that
and become a part of
he,
the show.
hang on, let me
Don't
turn this
miss out.
down.
Find
I can't hear
everything
myself
first
talk.
on IGN.com.
Yeah, they had him, he had his own stream at one
IGN
point.
the world's biggest
and,
media brand for
um,
games and entertainment, but we also
he
have
was
a
getting
team
loads
of
of
some of the
subscriptions
world's
and all sorts of
biggest
stuff,
fans
and he wasn't
of your
even
favorite
playing the game, he was
franchises.
pretending
From
to play.
breaking news and exclusives, never before seen looks at movies and games to
It's all
reviews,
legalised
let's
there
plays,
now. No
and
more
live
hilarious
streams,
Weed 3 memes.
IGN brings you
There's,
all the coverage you need, no matter where you are. Whether you're on
Have they legalised it
IGN.com,
there,
the
though?
IGN app,
They haven't
YouTube,
legalised it in all,
Facebook,
all
or
in America,
Snapchat,
have they?
We've always got you covered. IGN, the #1 source for all games and
Rug, you know
entertainment
what? That
fans
might not be a too
worldwide.
bad an idea. I don't want to
The
put people
IGN
off
app
watching the
is
stream
best
again,
way
you
to
know.
stay up to the minute on what you love.
But
No
that
matter
would
what
be a
you
good
play,
idea,
create
though.
the custom feed and filter what you want
I might
to
just
watch.
go for a
Live
piss at that
streams
point.
have never been easier to find. With the floating video player on iOS, you can
Chicken
keep watching
sandwiches
the
and
live stream
fries.
as you read
Chicken
other
sandwich and
news.
fries sounds
World premiere
amazing,
trailers
Morgan.
and the biggest games.
It's
Download
legal
the
here,
IGN app
okay.
from the iOS or
Um,
Android stores now. Sign
Yeah,
up for
he's
notifications and we'll let
it
you
was
the
some kind of
second
streaming
news
game,
breaks.
wasn't it? Sorry, survival game. I forget the
If
name
you're
of it
not
now.
following IGN on social media, what are you waiting for?
Oh my god.
We're bringing the memes.
You were getting that after that. That's unforgivable. You're getting fucking muted. That was hilariously bad and out of touch. You're getting muted now. Piece of shit. I shouldn't really be doing IGN's advertising for them, should I? I think we're just about ready though. Near enough. Yeah, the cringe intensifies, you're right.
Welcome back, everybody. We are standing by, waiting for the EA press conference to start any moment now. As soon as it does, we'll kick you right over there. Make sure you stick around afterwards for all of our post-show breakdowns and discussions. But one thing we haven't mentioned yet is sports, and I feel like the safest prediction of all for any
Don't talk about
EA press
sports.
conference
Probably have
is
sports.
They do sports well.
games.
Yeah. Yeah.
Madden.
Could take a shot every time a game has Battle Royale mode.
We think that they'll have
Rug,
some other
that's
games
that's a
for
bad
console
idea
games.
because I think I would be
Return of Hoop God.
I'd be the drunkest
God's back.
ever.
Go ahead.
I think they'll probably throw in some ridiculously detailed story mode to one of these. They've been adding that more and more.
Yeah?
Taking
Yeah.
the story out of the story games and putting the story in the sports games.
So that's my hope for
Putting
Madden,
a story into
because,
sports
you know,
games,
Madden
a mode
Pro
that
has
no one ever
some
plays.
Features that change the way you play. Smash sticks or whatever they are. But the long shot was that story mode, and for what it was excellent. The characters were really well written, and what I particularly
Really
liked
well
about it
written.
is it did a really good job of introducing.
All right, the
people
EA
to
press
fun
conference is starting. I have to cut you off right there.
Nope.
We're going to toss you over to EA right now. Stay tuned.
Here we go,
afterwards
boys.
for a post-show discussion.
Hopefully, maybe
Enjoy
they
the
can
show.
just start off with the sports shit, and we can get that out of the way. Take a shot of Pepsi. Take a shot every time Microsoft cancels or delays a game and doesn't mention the power of the cloud. Is that Is that a Crackdown 3 jab, Ian? Did I hear there? That sounds like a Crackdown 3 jab. And girl, sorry, Texas, yeah. Oh, they got some augmented reality shit going on. Tom, Jin is horrible. Are they starting off with Anthem then?
Oh my gosh, how cool was that? So that was Anthem. We're going to talk about that a little bit later in the show. But welcome everybody to EA Play. I'm Andrea Renee, and while you might recognize me from the gaming community, I'm kind of a new face around here. So this year, EA wanted to change things up because they know that I'm both a gamer and a fan. So they invited me to come and host the show. And I think this year is going to be a lot of fun, you guys. I hope you're ready because we're about to kick the press conference off.
I don't know who that is.
But before we do that, EA Play is more than just the show you're about to watch. Right behind these doors, there is a fan fest outside, and it is huge this year. It's a full 3-day
Tom, it's
gaming
literally just
festival where
starting.
thousands of gamers can come and play games for free. Now, inside the theater here, there are hundreds of community members from all over the world who are going to be capturing, streaming, and getting their first impressions of the games that we're going to be showing off here today.
Hey,
But
I'm
before
streaming.
we get to that, we've got some reveals, of course. We're going to kick things off with a look at Battlefield 5 multiplayer. Now, I know Trevor Noah gave you the first look. Yeah, we can clap it up.
We're going to get some actual in-game
Last
stuff.
month, but we've got some
this
new
time.
stuff to show you today. Then we're going to move on to FIFA 19, and boy, big news, you guys.
Oh,
Any World
stream's
Cup fans?
fucking
You guys
dying.
excited? Yeah, it's going to be awesome. Then we've got 2 new indie games to share, and then I'm going to come back towards the end of the show with some of my favorite developers to give you guys a nice, meaty look at Anthem. And of course, yeah, we got the woos for Anthem. I'm into it. You want to do this with me? Well, wouldn't it be fun, you guys, if I told you all the secrets at once, right? Well, give him a break. He needs to just enjoy the show. So without further ado, let's get things
Embarrassing.
started.
Girl gaming, sexy stereotype. Yeah, you know what? I always make a joke about like girl gamers not existing when there's actually a lot of girl gamers. It was an in-joke me and my friend had at work a long time ago. Are they getting this shit out of the way to begin with, rather than doing it right at the end?
Right, it's time to kick this thing off. It's been 2 weeks since the reveal of Battlefield 5. And you know what? It's been exciting, there's been a lot of speculation, and so many brilliant remixes of a reveal trailer. But there's also been lots and lots of questions from the community. And we've heard you want to see more gameplay innovations. You want to know how customization actually works, and you want to know more about our take on the Second World War. So today, we'll show you more gameplay and why this is the deepest and most immersive Battlefield yet.
That's what you always say every game.
You will be able to dive and smash through windows to surprise your enemies. Where previously defenses were stationary, you will now be able to move these weapons around on the battlefield and gain advantages. And our renowned destruction system is back and more impactful than ever. So, well, you can't really hide from those pesky tanks anymore as they come chasing
That
you
looks
forward,
fun.
as they rip through those buildings.
That looks really fun.
And you will now be able to customize your soldiers, your vehicles, and your weapons, not only for the gameplay, but for the looks, as part of our portrayal of the Second World War.
And that's just the tip of the iceberg in Battlefield 5. You're going to see a lot more of our new gameplay systems here at EA Play from our community. So let's talk about our single player in War Stories.
Yes, let's do that.
Ian's right.
So
Game
we want
like
to tell you
I may
about
joke about
those
how bad
untold
mobile games are
stories that
sometimes,
got
but they are still
us
games,
excited to
definitely.
start
So
with on this game.
it doesn't make you any less of a gamer just because
It's
you play
about-
those.
What you will see is really those moments of human heroism. It is about witnessing the war through the eyes of the men and the women who shaped the world forever. Real real and relatable
Wait a
people
minute.
facing
There's
the
women in this game.
brutality of war. We
No one told me that.
Off by an exclusive look at the Nordlys war story.
I'm not buying it.
Over at the
Not buying it.
Xbox briefing tomorrow.
Thanks, Lasse. Something not to miss tomorrow. So, our launch in October is just the beginning. You will all go
Is it too
on an
loud for
expanding
you?
journey through the Second World War.
Do you want me to turn it down a
No
little bit?
loot boxes, no premium pass.
Is that a bit better? I'll turn it down a little
Every
bit.
day will bring something new. And as part of that journey, after launch, you'll get something I know a lot of you have been asking for.
Exactly. What?
It's
Females in my
Royale.
video games? I didn't actually hear what he said there.
It's
Sorry, I'll be quiet.
Royale reimagined for Battlefield. So we bring those pillars of Battlefield with destruction, team play, vehicles into this new experience. So we will bring you experience that you haven't played before in Battlefield or anywhere else. But more about that later this year.
So with that, it's time to show you what makes Battlefield so special. It's the unmatched intensity of our multiplayer sandbox, and this time, it's even more epic.
It's all about
Firing
blowing shit
across
up.
Multiple maps and modes. Welcome to your next Battlefield experience, and this is your first look at ground operations. And this time, even featuring music.
Right, let's see what we got then. Tom, even if that is true, you know, it doesn't matter that there's female soldiers in it. It's an unrealistic game. Doesn't matter, does it? I mean, all the customization and stuff they're going to have in this is going to make it unrealistic alone. This stream's running like a bit of a bag of dicks right now. Oh, he said Battle Royale. Okay, that's no one's surprised.
Ikke en dråpe. Jeg elsker deg.
Single player? Nordlys war story. Right, so we get to see that at the Xbox conference tomorrow then. Oh good, here we go. Now we can just talk freely because it's football. Sorry, I'm gonna be a bit weird with the chat in these conferences. I kind of want to let it. I don't want to talk over the conference too much, so I might have to let you guys talk amongst yourselves for a bit of it. Oh yeah, I mean all the games look nice, really graphically, don't they? Can't say that any of these games don't look nice. There you go. Got you always have to have a random rap song on a FIFA trailer. It's got to be done. Where Blackburn? They're probably not in the trailer for FIFA, Sean. Is this where everyone gets bored and like quits the stream? Oh yeah, they got the Champions League now, don't they? Pez lost the Champions League. And literally no
That's
one
the UEFA
cares.
Champions League, the pinnacle of club football, where the world's best clubs compete, and icons of the game like Gerrard and Cruyff cemented their legacies. The world's biggest league joins the world's game. And a special thanks to the legendary Hans Zimmer and LA's
Pez
own
is
Vince
still
Staples
gamey
for
and
collaborating
yeah.
with us on the trailer. And I really love the trailer because it captures our epic vision.
Nordli is a Norwegian name and Norwegian woman
life
actively fought in the
in FIFA
resistance
19.
movement after their occupation, so I don't get what people are whining about. Exactly.
As Aaron said, the UEFA Champions League is an amazing addition for the game. It's where football's biggest heroes like Ronaldo and Neymar clash.
Konami do that
every
as well,
year.
Ian. It's
and
not
it's the
not
place
just
where champions rise.
not just that.
And
They
you've
do
been
Pez
asking
still.
for this for a long time, and we are thrilled that it's here. And that's why we're bringing the Champions League across the game. There'll be an authentic Champions League tournament mode. Your club will chase this trophy in career mode.
Please let
Alex
this section
Hunter
be short.
will pursue Champions League glory in your story mode, The Journey, and in FIFA Ultimate Team, there'll be live and authentic Champions League
The audience
content.
literally
And we'll
doesn't
share
care.
more
Did you notice there
details on
was a
that,
bit of
along with all our
laughter
other
in there
upcoming
actually
features
at how
later this
quiet
summer.
it probably was.
And all that's just the beginning. As you know, the heart and soul
I
of
kind of feel
FIFA is
bad for these
gameplay.
guys.
And this year, we're giving you the tools to control
Yeah,
the match in every
I bet
moment,
America is
from
way
your
more bored
tactical
right now.
approach to the match to each technical touch. And we know how passionate you are about gameplay, so we've worked hard to shape and refine our vision for FIFA 19 with input from our community. From hands-on tests with beginners to detailed feedback sessions with
It's okay. We'll be equally
and we're
bored
gonna be
once the
sharing a
American
lot more
football
about
stuff
gameplay
comes
throughout
on.
the
So
summer, but what I can tell you right now is that the quality bar in gameplay was raised yet again this year.
yeah, he shouldn't put his
So we
hands in
look
his
forward to
pockets,
everybody
should he?
experiencing the game on the hands-on sessions this week. And also, of course, we're extremely excited for everybody to play it when we launch on September 28th.
That is the best description of Ultimate Team. It's
And
just
that's our FIFA
infinite top
19
trumps,
news,
but for
headlined
you're not
by the
actually even
UEFA
getting anything
Champions
physical
League.
out of
But I
it.
just wanted to take a minute to pause and reflect. Standing next to this trophy is a little bit
Oh
surreal.
God, oh God, this
Growing
is
up, there's
cringe.
two iconic trophies that every young player dreams of winning. And for your club, it's this one, the pursuit of Champions League glory. But for your country, it's this trophy, the World Cup. And with the tournament starting in just 5 days, we're excited for the world to compete.
This stream is
for it
actually
in
like an
FIFA
EA
18.
game. It starts off looking good, Battlefield,
As
but the
you
game
can
underneath is
imagine, all of
FIFA.
us on the FIFA team can't wait for the start of the World Cup. And we want to celebrate with FIFA 18
Tom,
players,
you are
which is why
correct.
we
However,
just updated the
what
game
could they do
with a
with
free
FIFA?
World Cup
You
experience
can't update it
on
much, can
PlayStation
you?
4, Xbox One,
There's only so much
PC,
they can
and
do to
Nintendo Switch.
update it. So I
But
don't
you
blame
can
them for
take
doing it.
Ronaldo and Portugal
It gets
to
them
the
too
first
much
World
money.
Cup victory.
They have to do
or
it.
you can write your own story with some great nations who didn't qualify this year. Or you can make a crazy dream a reality for your home country, like mine, Iceland. Who would have thought that a nation of only 350,000 people would ever qualify? And you can feel their excitement.
Apologies to any England fans in the room, that might still sting. And Lena isn't
No,
the only one
we
who's
know we're
excited.
shit at football.
FIFA 18 players are loving the World Cup experience so far. But we don't want to stop there. We want to invite everyone to come and join the celebration.
That guy
So I'm
is.
pleased to
He's like
announce
fondling
that
his
for a
phone or
limited
something,
time,
isn't he?
FIFA 18 complete with the entire World Cup experience is available for a free trial on PlayStation 4 and Xbox One and on PC through Origin Access. Yeah, you can download and play the entire game right now for free. Yeah.
That was a forced clap.
So to kick off the trial, we've got some of the world's biggest creators who will be playing live at the end of the show, representing their nations in a little mini World Cup tournament.
And this summer will bring so much more for FIFA fans. Plenty of FIFA 18 content centered around the World Cup, and we'll bring you all the details on FIFA 19. But in the meantime, let's all enjoy the World Cup.
I
Thank
do
you,
like the general
Afro-Vietnam!
the general Scandinavian accent is super cool, I think. I was saying to someone the other day, is someone gonna? Do you reckon someone like imagine Russia got into the World Cup final? Do you think all of the opposing teams' players would just get assassinated? Do you think that would happen?
Good morning. EA Sports FIFA 19. You know, the FIFA community never
I wonder where
rests.
this guy
20
was
million
hiding.
people from 60 countries playing in competitive leagues this year. Well, the FIFA team never rests either, bringing the Champions League and the World Cup
Oh,
and
the
so
team
much
be
other
super
greatness
mutants.
to FIFA this year. We can't wait for you to experience it all. We've got so much to do here today.
Sean, you
I wanna
never did tell
welcome
me you were
to
Norwegian,
EA
no.
Play. It's our
Never heard
third
that.
EA Play and our second one in Hollywood, and we couldn't be more excited to have you with us to share all the games that we have to show you. We've got lots to do, but before we move on, I'd like to share just a couple of things. The greatest disruption to the consumption of entertainment media in the last 5 years is the combination of streaming plus subscription. As consumers, watching movies, watching TV, listening to music,
This will
reading
be
books has never
EA
been
Access
easier.
on PlayStation 4,
And we
maybe.
believe that disruption is going to have a profound impact on our industry in the next few years. And so over the last couple of weeks, you will have seen that we announced a new team from Israel has joined Electronic Arts to help our investment to extend our thinking and extend our pioneering into this cloud gaming world. For many people, that's going to mean extending the experiences they already play on our partner platforms. For others, it's going to mean new games and new modalities of play across a whole variety of platforms.
Listen to this like business
But
talk.
for everyone, it's going to mean playing games anywhere, anytime. So this week, we've got a tech demo running. All of our games streaming in HD from the cloud to multiple devices that you'll be able to try out for yourselves. Now, it's not quite ready for full market prime time yet, but it is a promise of what we hope to bring you in the future. The second part of that, of course, is subscription. And we started subscription a number of years ago, and many millions of you have signed up and experienced the joy of being able to have full access to a great catalog of games. Today, we're announcing Origin Access Premiere. So 3 things you need to know about it.
God, what a horrible
Origin
name.
Access Premiere will bring you all of our new PC games, starting with Madden NFL, back on the PC for the first time in over a decade. Then FIFA 19, Battlefield 5, and of course Anthem. And there'll be many more titles in the years to come. Second, you get access to the Vault, our library of over 100 games from EA and other publishers. And third, it will launch later this summer. So that's a little later in the year, but if you want to get started right now and experience the benefits and joys of subscription, come in and play a free trial of Origin Access, our base subscription, this weekend.
It's a bit far away for me. Little bit far for me to go for that, I'm afraid. So I wonder if this is almost like the Xbox Game Pass, maybe. You just pay monthly to access everything. Well, like EA Access, I suppose. But does it give you everything from the get-go? Because on EA Access at the moment, you have to wait like 6 months or so, don't you, before the game gets added? Love how unimpressed the audience is. I don't know. There was 1 or 2 guys in there that were excited about Madden on PC.
Hey, everybody. What's up? So I'm here sitting inside the crowd at EA Play, and I just happened to find Mr. Vince Zampella here in the audience from Respawn. What's going on, Vince? How you feeling today?
Give me Titanfall 3, please.
I love seeing new games.
Give me Titanfall 3.
Someone's super excited about that man on PC, right? Yeah. So, you guys may have seen that Vince was tweeting yesterday, and there has been a bunch of speculation. So, you want to just get right to it?
Sure. I mean, we're not ready to show all of our stuff yet. We're working on a bunch of stuff. It's amazing. The teams are kicking ass. But we wanted to bring a little tidbit. So we've been working with Lucas on getting the name and
This
kind
is
of
the
the
new Star
setting
Wars
for what our
game.
Star Wars game is going to be, and we're going to talk about it right now.
Oh, you guys got any guesses? I bet you the internet is going wild right now.
I hope so.
Is it 2021 or whatever it was called?
Name is
1313.
Jedi Fallen Order.
Okay.
Woo! So Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order.
Yeah, so it kind of gives you some idea that you'll be playing a Jedi.
So does that mean I get to like hold a lightsaber?
Yes.
So Vince, you got anything else?
Well, it takes place during the dark times. Trying to be a little vague here, but when the Jedis are being hunted, so it's going to be spectacular.
So for all the hardcore nerds out there who want to know like where in the timeline, like between which episodes is it?
Between 3 and 4.
Okay. All right. Between 3 and 4. That sounds like a nice time. You got any other tidbits? No?
It's not a nice...
It's a dark time.
It's a dark time.
Bad time. Does that mean
Right, you're right, dude. Titanfall 2 was such a shame where they released it. Such a good game.
All right, so I think people are now anxiously want to know, like, when can we play the game?
It will be holiday of next year, 2019, not this year.
Have you got anything to show us?
Any hopes.
No.
But now that we know, we can set expectations. We're all going to be amped up, and hopefully we'll hear more from you maybe next year.
Oh, yeah.
Well, Vince, it was great to see you. Thanks for stopping by the show today. We do have a little bit more news on Star Wars, so I'm going to toss it over to Dennis.
Oh, here we go. Wow, you don't want to be this guy, do you? You really don't.
Hello there. My name is Dennis. I work at DICE in Stockholm on Star Wars Battlefront 2. I'm really happy and excited to be here today, so thank you so much for hanging out with me for a little bit. So we launched our game in November of last year, and clearly we didn't get it quite right. So instead of coming out of the gate sprinting like we really wanted to, we had to take a step back and make sure that we were delivering the game that our players really wanted. So
he has got the same shirt as me, look.
Overhaul our progression system.
His hair's a bit fuzzier than mine.
Of new character cosmetics for players to collect instead. So from there, we added a new hunt mode inspired by the original Battlefront games that I loved personally, starting with the Ewoks on Endor. And thank you.
That was quite a fun mode, by the way.
By far the most popular update of the game, and the team loved building Ewok Hunt. So, as you might know, we're currently in our Han Solo season with content from the movie coming next week. It's headlined by the new planet Kessel, a really dangerous place, and it features the return of one of our favorite modes, Extraction. So looking forward a little bit, this summer we will be introducing a new squad system to the game, which will allow you to team up much easier and play with your friends. We're also adding a new starfighter mode focused around dogfighting with your hero ships. And looking ahead a little bit more, we will also be delivering a new large-scale multiplayer sandbox experience focused around capturing command posts and attacking and taking out capital ships. But that's not all. We know that you have been asking for new heroes, villains, and planets from a certain era that features a very iconic Star Wars conflict. So I'm excited to confirm
Jar Jar
that
Binks.
Battlefront 2 this year will be going deep into the Clone Wars.
I've got to hand it to them. They are like really trying their best to try and like fix
It's
the
only
problems.
fitting that we begin on the planet Geonosis, featuring multiple levels, including the largest level we have ever built for Battlefront. So let's talk about the heroes and villains. First, let me introduce the most powerful droid, the leader of the most powerful droid army in the galaxy, General Grievous. And yes, he will be going up against my own personal favorite, Jedi Master Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Does he have 4 lightsabers though?
Finally making his debut in Battlefront after all these years. So, but we're not done. That's not it. They will not come alone. Joining them is the Dark Lord and leader of the Separatist Alliance, Count Dooku.
Dooku.
As well as someone to bring balance to the Force, Obi-Wan's unruly Padawan, Anakin Skywalker. The team at home
That is a real fear smile, isn't
building
it?
all of these cool things. EA and DICE are committed to Battlefront. We had a rough start, but I really think that this game has a bright future. Thank you very much for playing the game, providing us with your feedback, talking to us. Together, we will make this the greatest game that we can possibly build. There would be no Battlefront without you. So thank you, may the Force be with you, and enjoy the rest of E3. Thanks.
Yeah, to be totally fair to them, like the game is, I think the game's fun. They just had a rough start. A real rough start. Is this something new? Oh, Unravel 2, okay.
Hi, it's really good to see you.
He's nervous as well.
In Unravel, we used yarn to symbolize love and the bonds between people. In our new game, we tear that bond up right at the start. You lose everything, including your spark. But when things are at their darkest, you find hope.
Co-op Unravel.
And you form a new bond. And your spark is rekindled. And it leads you off on an adventure. So welcome to Unravel 2. It's a game about fresh starts.
I don't think it's the same guy, Ian.
These two little souls who refuse to give up and who build something new and beautiful together. And the whole game is inspired by that spirit of optimism and togetherness. You see, it's all made to be played with two characters. You can play it alone, or you can play it in co-op with a friend, but there's always two characters there, sharing one yarn and working together to get through this adventure. This game, it's quite different from the first. It's both friendlier and more challenging, but above all, it's a lot more playful. And we think it's a worthy successor. And I want to show it to you now, so I brought some help. So please welcome Michael to the stage. He's a producer at Coldwood. And we're going to try to show you a little bit of what I'm talking about how you can play the game in co-op with yourself, essentially.
Do you have to use both sticks to control each character then? Look at our debug mode.
There we are.
Oh.
So when you're playing it by yourself, you can essentially pick up the other character and carry them along through the more fast-paced segments of the game.
That's quite clever.
And we actually tried to include a bit more of those because we figured that since it's a co-op game, we wanted to have more like thrill and danger and kind of wow moments, places that were like fun and exciting. And then when you get to the more puzzly areas like this, when you're problem solving, you can split apart into two and switch back and forth between the two characters, because that's how we've essentially designed all the problems and puzzles of the game, that you're always working together and helping each other out and utilizing this bond between you to overcome any obstacle that you come across. So I guess I'll jump in at this point.
Yeah, come join me. So I'm going to be the red one.
Okay.
You'll be the blue one.
I'll be blue. A little celebratory flip there.
Yeah, Turkey is the last boss of the
bird is
game.
back. Oops. Okay, playing it safely now. Oops. I'll swing. All right. Nice. And I'll catch you.
I wonder how many times I had to practice this.
Can I swing now? Okay, you go ahead. So here it goes. Oh. Okay, this is the scary part. Let's see if we can do it. Got it? Oh, very nice.
No.
Faster. Oh, sweet. Well done. Okay, I'll go up and distract the grouse. I'll sneak up here. Okay, your turn. Yeah, look at me. There you go. Keep him over to the left. Now I'll go. All right. I'll pull you up. There you go.
That does look. I think it. This game lends itself well to co-op actually.
Now we can breathe again. Yeah, finally. Or can we?
Yeah, Ian, I think I'm with you. I don't entirely enjoy the style of it. But yeah, the characters look cool.
So that's a quick little look at Unravel 2.
There's something about the art style doesn't sit quite right with me.
Yeah, I really hope you like it. And before I go, I just want to send some love to the team back home, because working on this game has been a completely amazing team effort in so many levels, and everybody has worked so hard. So there's a bunch of us from Coldwood here, and thank you to those, and thank you to everybody back home, and thank you. Love you.
Wow, that was an awkward wave. God. I mean, you're allowed to be awkward, but that was a really weird wave. Like that was really odd. But no, that looks fun. It's not something I'd probably buy straight away. I could see it being one of those. Might get it free on Xbox Live at some point, maybe. It gives me. This one feels a lot more like Little Big Planet. I don't know if anyone else feels like that. Like, not the look of it, but just the fact that there's like two characters, and I don't know, it just feels a bit more like Little Big Planet this time to me. He's waving at tennis. They have got a lot of Scandinavian developers, don't they, EA?
Thank you, Martin, and the brilliant team at Coldwood. The game is really strong. These guys have done an amazing job, and it's clear that they have a lot of passion, and I can't personally wait to play Unravel 2 with my kids.
Little Big Planet's alright, but
what's even more amazing
it's not
is
the
that
best.
we will make Unravel 2 available to everyone today. Yep.
It's out today.
You will be able to take these two Yarnies on their next big adventure starting today. The game is finished, it's out.
Wow, okay, that's cool. That's a cool
So thank you, Martin,
cool announcement.
and thank you to the team at Coldwood. Back in 2015, we started on this journey with the original Unravel to seek out the most creative, independent developers and bring them into our EA Originals program. It's been our way of helping these creators bring their unique games to the world and to tell their stories.
Anthem's out today.
And last year, if you remember, Joseph Fares was up here on stage representing his team at Hazelight and The Way Out. And I think we all kind of remember that. And you might even remember him from the Game Awards as well. I think I did. Anyhow,
the Game Awards
in March,
thing was hilarious.
That game caught fire. It's innovative, it's fun, and it's something fresh and new. And you all loved it. We saw over 2 million players in the first 2 weeks. And A Way Out is such a huge success that Joseph and his team are expanding and moving into a new studio.
I need to play that game
So
still.
stories like this drive our industry, and it's why we will continue to work with independent developers to help them realize their dreams. Which leads us to our next EA Originals title, from a little game studio in Berlin called Joe My Games. When I met this team and I saw the game, I was instantly drawn to how personal this story was. It's one that carries a very powerful and important message, and it's unlike anything we have ever done. So please welcome Connie Gepper to the stage from Joe My Games to tell you more about Sea of Solitude.
That looks cool, that bit of art there.
Thank you, Patrick.
Everyone's so nervous.
I still remember during the pitch how enthusiastic Patrick was, and that afterwards, like, our whole team, including me, were super excited. It
I like this art style.
Feels a little bit the same right now. I'm pretty excited, maybe a little too excited.
Calm down, dear.
Thank you. We are Yomai, a small indie game studio from Berlin, and we are developing Sea of Solitude, or SOS as we call it.
Spider-Man, I think everyone's just nervous when they're standing in front of a
the very
load of people.
first concept to
I can
actually
understand.
becoming a part of EA Originals is simply amazing.
Oh,
Let me tell you more about our game.
stream
When
shitting itself.
humans get too lonely, they turn into monsters. This is at the core of everything you will see, hear, and hopefully feel while playing SOS. What makes this underlying concept so important and so unique is that nearly every human being can at least somehow relate to or remember the feeling of being lonely. In my case, I started writing the story when I felt the loneliest in my life. I think as an artist, you process your emotional world by letting it out and putting it into your art. I'm still amazed how the concept
I really
seems
want to
just
see
flow
Brian
out of me,
Blessed do all the talking now.
right into the hand and onto the paper. I think this is also why so many people can instantly connect with the game, because it's not a made-up story, even though that it takes place in a fantastic setting. In SOS, we try to show how people experience different kinds of loneliness, but also how outsiders, friends, and family see those who struggle. We achieve all this in playful ways so that players who wants to simply enjoy a fantastic experience can do so. But player who wants to look a bit deeper can reveal a whole emotional world beneath it all. Sea of Solitude is about a young woman named Kay who is suffering from such strong loneliness that her inner feeling, the darkness, the anger, the hopelessness, worthlessness, turns to the outside and she becomes a monster. The game is about finding out why this happened to her, but also how to turn her back into a human. Ultimately, the goal is to bring all those emotions into balance. Some needs to become bigger, some would be better off a little smaller, but to embrace even your destructive part or your self-doubt in the same way you embrace your joy or your hope. This is what being human is all about. And that's what our game is all about. Thank you.
Can you show some gameplay, please? Thank you.
Real?
I'm really digging this art style. I think this looks really nice.
This world that I live in is empty and cold. The loneliness cuts me and tortures my soul. I'm no child of destiny and no fortune's son. I've just chased you so long now. I'm too weak to run. A new day is here, but nothing is new. Alone in my room, I tremble.
That looks cool as shit. I like that one. Might have to play that. That looks really cool. Yeah, there's kind of a Gravity Rush ride. Oh, here we go. Time to not care again. Sorry anyone that likes basketball games. I don't care though. That art style looks super cool though, right? But yeah, bit of a Gravity Rush vibe from it. Like color scheme wise, I think it looks fairly similar. But no, that's probably the best thing they've shown so far for me. In terms of like, yeah, as good as Battlefield is, I can't get that excited about it because it's just another Battlefield. Whereas that actually looks new and interesting. And sports games. Oh, and announcing a Star Wars game and not actually showing anything is kind of a bit disappointing. Oh, yeah, Rug, actually I'll give you that. NBA Jam is amazing. That's the only kind of basketball game I play, really. Because that's accessible to anyone.
My name's Shay Kivlin.
Oh, here we go. At least basketball was only a trailer.
The only goal of mine is really to win the Madden belt.
Oh, are they doing this like Madden Pro tournament thing again?
It's a big night for young Kiv. He's been stuck at the quarterfinals.
And here he is now in his first championship game.
Tom, I don't reckon Anthem will be last. I reckon they've got a surprise to show us last. That's what I hope they're doing anyway. I think Anthem will probably be after this, perhaps.
Way more than I love winning.
The only reason I would ever want to play basketball is if I could just slap the ball out of people's hands and shout denied at them. Or what about even you could do heat moves on them, maybe. Did you see that clip of that guy rage quitting a FIFA tournament the other day? That was quite funny.
Okay, baby, how you doing? I've been good. You still recovering from that butt whooping? Wow, already starting. Okay.
Did someone like vomit all over that guy's trousers?
Pittsburgh Steelers. As you guys can see, king of touchdown celebrations. That's pretty fire. I like that a lot. As you guys know, this is Young Kiv, Madden 18, Madden champion. Like, give it up for Young Kiv, y'all. Give it up. Young Kiv. How has it been, your success and your path, to where you're at today?
It's
is that considered stylish now? It looks like it's
I was playing baseball. I hurt my arm.
It looks like it's the curtains out of like your nan's house
really I was getting blown out
that she hasn't changed for like 60 years.
Eventually, I made my first tournament, but I had a big decision. It was the same time as my graduation.
Wow. Okay. So the key to be the number one.
Tronster, I don't think they do. I bet you they don't.
That's number one. Number two, you said you had the decision to go to your graduation. So, like, what did you do?
I chased that money. I still got my diploma, but I chased that money.
There you go. We're out here chasing money. That's awesome. Okay, now the past few years, how has it been for you? I know you had some ups and downs.
It's been tough. I've had a lot of devastating losses. I've been so close so many times.
I'm not that mean, Spider-Man. It's just I'm just saying what I think it looks like.
It made me gain a lot of mental toughness, and that's why I got this belt.
That's awesome. That belt is so amazing. There's a lot of
that guy blatantly feels like a wrestler right now with that belt, doesn't he?
Well, today EA Play, first look at the Madden 19 trailer. Super excited. It's gonna be so fun. It's lit. I honestly wish I can stay right here and talk to you guys forever, but I'm not going to board you guys.
Focus on his neon yellow shoe and hood combo. I don't know, it's colour coordination there, isn't it?
Have a good day.
They always do this game engine footage. That's not in game. That's just what the engine can potentially do.
You battle through the pain.
Sean, I couldn't see you wearing that, honestly.
Just to get to this place where you've been told legends are born. You fall. So
Ian, that's what I said earlier.
And you rise.
It's their turn before. Now everyone else that's not American is bored.
Never about reaching the end of the road at all.
But it's like saying, I feel really sorry for anyone that has to like talk up a sports game that's out yearly, or even like makes these trailers. Because do you really even need to talk about it? All you could do, you could just say it's out on this date, and that's it. People will still buy it. You don't need to show anything.
Would you let the moment define you?
It's wasted money, like advertising for this.
Or will you define the moment?
I mean, fair enough. Like stick an advert on like, when the sport's on, like during the advert break. Just say it's out on this date. Go buy it. That's literally what you do. I could save EA millions of dollars on their advertising.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Nathanius, professional shoutcaster, here alongside Redwood Studios General Manager Michael Martinez.
I'm sure it was good story, and it's just you have to play an American football game to get to it.
We're going to do this presentation a little differently and give you your first look at a brand new mobile game in a live, winner-take-all, head-to-head match. Michael, why don't you tell us the rules?
Sure thing. The objective is straightforward. Destroy the opponent's base to win. Unit control, super simple. Just tap the destination, unit automatically moves there. The most efficient way to destroy the opponent's
please
base
don't tell me this is Command and Conquer, because people will get so angry.
Control the missile by standing on a majority of the control points. A bar fills up while the missile is possessed. Whoever controls the missile when the bar fills up will fire the missile. Takes 2 missiles to destroy the enemy's base and win. That's it.
Sounds great, Michael. Well, enough talking about it. Let's get to this match.
Absolutely.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we have an awesome matchup.
Please be Command and Conquer, because that'd be so funny.
Give a cheer for one of the most formidable RTS players there is. Make some noise for In Control.
Yes.
If it's actually Command and Conquer, God, I can't even imagine a Fallout. That looks like that's the nod sign, isn't it? Or the
red side of the room.
It's not nod, the other one.
Mobile gaming phenomenon. Please join me in welcoming to the stage Nick at Night.
Is it seriously?
Now, Mike, it's going to be a real clash of these gaming styles and the competitive backgrounds.
Oh my God! If it actually is, that'd be so fun. Actually, it'd be tragic, but it'd be funny.
Ready? Let's get this thing going.
Ready to go. I'm ready to go. Let's do it.
All right, let's kick this off. Nice little strategy game for those of you out there. It's a good genre. I'm very excited for this. The players are loading in, and we are ready to kick
match. Here we go.
This off as the players' bases have been deployed, and the action begins like any strategy game. Economy will be the focus. We have a
That's Tiberium crystals.
Nothing too crazy.
Right?
Now the infantry is going to come out to hold that top point. Both players, of course, trying to take that position. Nick and Knight being able to reach it a little bit first in a strategy game. That flank position that In Control is going from the top side, also very important as
he's a StarCraft player, is he?
Right. Let's see if he's able to create a 2-on-1. Is he able to get there? Looks like he's getting there. Here comes GDI with a Rhino.
Ian, I'm so sorry. I look, the stream's crashed as well.
And like any strategy game, the units that you're going to use when you deploy them will have a huge impact. Your micromanagement of your forces and protecting that economy as well.
Yep. Nick and Knight with some attack bikes in the top. There he is.
And In Control placing the turret on the top right side to help cover that Rhino as attack bikes move towards the northwest position. We can see that the missile is beginning to ready and firing that. That takes out half your base. The most important objective on the map is to hold those control zones.
Right, and In Control making a lot of progress to that far right side of the match.
He's done a great job of holding that down with the turret, and now he's redeploying his vehicles to the south side, bringing out more infantry to deal with the attack bikes. And as that economy ramps up, of course, we're seeing bigger and more powerful units come out. We have there the drill pod coming in the left side to help flank
putting
those
some flamethrowers. Right, absolutely. Again, those are going to tear through those infantry.
Yeah, and In Control brings out his first tank. That's going to be used to try and help push back these smaller forces as he makes his way to the south side. That missile
I can't believe this is getting so much like screen time.
Control of Nick at Night. He will have the missiles. We see it starts to point towards In Control's base.
Let's see if In Control can get around to that top corner, able to halt that missile.
Was it Nod and GDI? Was that the two sides in Command & Conquer? It's been a long time since I played one.
Strategy holding those locations is so crucial as In Control
This you know what? This actually might be worse than the Madden game.
Take it out, but now he's bringing out the Pitbull as well to help lock down that north position.
This missile is very, very close to firing. Let's see what's going to happen.
With another turret, In Control.
That would be, Ian. That is the best possible outcome we could get. If this was just a psych.
Out here, as the next one will start to ready up in just a moment's time. In Control's very heavy artillery forces are doing a great job at taking control of the map.
Yep.
And we can see as more of Nick and Knight's forces move up towards that north position.
Trodster, honestly, if this is a Command & Conquer game, I think we'll see people throwing shit at the stage, not getting snacks.
More of them on the field. But In Control just spreading his forces out, trying to hold this advantage.
But yeah, it was Nod and GDI, wasn't it? It was the two teams in CNC.
Turret placement from In Control, blocking and just ripping through again those infantry.
And we see In Control now moving his tank towards this.
Another drill pod we're seeing with some flame tanks.
Yeah, bring in the flank. Of course, those flame guys do amazing damage to the infantry, help to clean that out. Meanwhile, 2 more tanks coming out from Nick at Night to try and secure those positions. He brings out the laser infantry on the south side as well to deal with that tank, going for counters, trying to scout out and see what your opponent is doing.
Guys, this is real bad. You've spent way too long on this. Way too long.
For those rhinos, looks like he's really pressing it.
And we see that missile is starting to get close to firing with 3 zones In Control for Nick and Knight, looking to set things back the other way. In Control trying to rally his forces around. He doesn't want to engage with just 1 or 2 units. He wants to
download aids directly to your phone. Oh god.
Take over that
and we're seeing the first mech unit from In Control. This is the Wolverine.
Thing is, there's actually some pretty good strategy games on phone. I don't know if this doesn't particularly look very good though.
Next missile is gonna end it.
Next missile wins. Let's see what happens.
We'll have control. The Wolverines, as you pointed out, for In Control coming out to try and deal with these forces. But Nick at Night's in a
Westwood Studios actually rolling in their graves. I think they were rolling in their graves when the other Command & Conquer game came out. You know, the one that was cancelled like pretty quickly. Is it download only, wasn't it, or something?
That missile just past halfway ready. He's also bringing out his first air unit.
Wow.
To deal with those.
A lot going on here.
Yeah, please just be done. Please.
This missile is nearly going to fire.
It can be stolen at any.
Where's it going to go?
Oh, it's nearly done. Thank God.
Got it, Max.
There it is.
Gonna take it. Defeating Nick at
That was legit. Dude, that was epic. Amazing. What a match.
Okay, we've reached the bar of shit. This is the shittest part of E3 so far. So you've just got to keep that in our mind.
Everything right there. Perfect. Yeah. Let's hear it for Nathanius, Nick at Night, and In Control.
Come on, just say it's Command & Conquer and get it over and done with.
Ladies and gentlemen, what you just saw was the worldwide reveal of Command & Conquer Rivals.
Oh my god, it actually is Command & Conquer.
The real-time strategy experience for mobile. We're giving players complete, continuous control of their armies in quick, competitive head-to-head matches that are fueled by skill and strategy. Now, Rivals will be coming to iOS and Android devices. But I'm excited to announce that Android players can play the pre-alpha today. So head to the Google Play Store, search Command & Conquer.
No one else is excited.
The studio has been having an absolute blast playing this game, and we can't wait for you to play. Please let us know what you think.
Please don't send death threats to us. Oh wait, this is a CGI trailer for Command & Conquer. You know what? I don't even like have a huge fondness for Command & Conquer because I'm not very good at RTS games. But I really feel bad for Command & Conquer fans right now. I really do. I'd rather look for Koroks than play this shit as well, dude. Seriously. Wait, another woman in my games? Bullshit. Get out of here. Oh god, is that meant to be Kane? Oh my god. They couldn't even get the same guy back.
Command and conquer for a new generation. Now, before we close the show with a spectacular epic anthem, I wanted to share a few
Oh, they
final
are finishing
things.
with Anthem.
I am blessed to be able to work with some of the most creative people on the planet who come to work every day to create amazing entertainment. And what I can say about all of those teams and what I can say about us is that we are always trying to learn and listen and strive to be better. And so as you look at the 10 experiences that you're going to see today, and as you play games this week, there's some things we hope come through. First, that at the very core is choice. Is that you as players
this
get
guy
to
is
choose
literally
how
like
you
businessman,
play,
isn't
what
he?
you play,
Super
when you
businessman.
play, and what devices you play on. That in making those
Can you just
choices,
show us
you
the
feel
fucking
you are treated
games?
fairly. That no one is given an unfair advantage or disadvantage for how they choose to play. That for every moment that you invest, we know that you put so much of your life into the games we make, and that for every moment that you invest, you feel like you are rewarded and you are given value for that investment. And most importantly, that the games are fun, that we move past the grind, and that these are experiences that truly enhance your lives. And so, as we think through all the things that we're trying to do, know that we want to be better and that we want to make great games.
I don't understand why they
And
can't
that
make a good
as much
Command
as
and
we love
Conquer
making
game.
games, and as much as you love playing them, there's something that is even greater that we can do together. The power of this community when we come together to do amazing things is profound.
When the community
Last
comes
weekend
together.
was the third year of our Play to Give program.
Sorry.
Where we
Sorry,
show
not
the
sorry.
world how the power of play can be a positive force for social impact. Millions of you out there participated in 9 in-game challenges in our games, logging millions of hours in support of Play to Give. And to celebrate that, we contributed a total of $1 million to 3 charities that
Ian, they
share
only
our
tried that
vision
once
for
though,
a
didn't
more
they? And
inclusive
it
world.
failed like
A world
miserably,
where
right?
representation and equality are not something we strive for, they are the standards.
Yeah,
And
Tronster,
where
I think
bullying
they're
and
going to do
exclusion
what
are
they did
not
with
an everyday
Battlefield
threat.
1. I think they're going to
These
give it like a 2-year life
organizations,
cycle
the
and keep
United
supporting
Nations,
it.
He for She, PACE's National Bullying Prevention Center, and Ditch the Label, an anti-bullying organization. All are doing great work, and we're proud to support them through Play to Give.
The Donkey's very
And
funny.
thank you
I
for
do
your
like
support.
Donkey's videos.
Thousands of us at EA and millions of you together doing immeasurable good.
This is
because
definitely
we
the
love
wrong
games.
conference for new NAC
Thanks
though,
for
guys.
being with us, and thanks for the incredible privilege of making games for all of you. Now, without further ado, let's take a look at Anthem.
I think they announced Anthem for like the beginning of next year, didn't they?
The gods vanished and left our world in chaos. Creating, altering, destroying. The anthem is all that remains.
This looks lovely.
These walls can't protect us forever.
Something is out there. It wants to destroy us all.
Is that Muse they're playing? Yeah, see, that looks awesome. I think that's got potential. As long as they don't do a Destiny and they fuck it up. But that looks cool to me. That looks like there's a class system involved. They're showing the 4 different types. You're back in because of Muse.
How cool was that trailer?
It's cool.
Guys,
Show
I've
us some
seen
more
it a
gameplay
couple
footage, though.
times, and it's still cool every time I see it. So I know all of you, like me, have had tons of questions about Anthem since last year because we're all BioWare fans. So we're going to do something a little bit different for the rest of the show, and we're going to take a deep dive into Anthem. So I'm going to bring out some members of the BioWare team to chat with us. Ladies and gentlemen, please give a warm welcome to Casey Hudson, Mark Dara, and Kathleen Rutzart.
We're just literally just doing a Q&A here.
All right, thanks guys. Thanks for coming out today. Just got a little game to show, right?
Yep.
It's going to be very exciting. So Casey, we're going to go ahead and just jump right in and get started with you. So now we know that you all started, or Casey, you started your career at BioWare way back in the day, but you took a couple years off. But before you came back, you actually worked on Anthem before you left.
Yeah, that's right. So, you know, first of all, it's amazing to be back. It's awesome to be making games for BioWare fans. You know, we have the best fans. So it's been super
Right, guy, I
satisfying
wouldn't be
to
surprised if they
come
say
back
that
to it.
loudly.
And, you know, I just want to be able to continue the legacy of the studio. And that's kind of where it started with Anthem, is just thinking about, you know, what is the evolution of a BioWare game? And we wanted to create a brand new world for people to discover, you know, a whole new world of story and character. But we also wanted to do something that was, you know, more of a dynamic and living world, a game that would change every time you came back and played it. We also wanted to do something where, you know, if you wanted to invite your friends into it, then you could do that as well.
Is this
So
games
that's
as a
really
service?
The
It
initial
sounds like
vision
it.
of the game, not an MMO, not a multiplayer game with story sort of bolted on this side, but something new and different. And I think the team has really captured that vision over the years.
Your fans really love the stories from BioWare, but I think we're kind of curious how you're planning to make story work in this shared world.
So a great story for BioWare is really about characters that you can have a connection with.
Tom, I don't know who you're going to pre-order it from now.
And feeling like the story's about you. In a lot of multiplayer games, those things get diluted because you're mixing multiplayer and storytelling into the same areas. Now you can build a solution to that, but you have to really build it into the core of the game. And that's what we've tried to do with Anthem. It's what we call our world, my story. So when you're out in the open world, the world is really dangerous and you're focused on your mission. And this is where other players get to play with you. The thing that's really interesting about this, it's unique for Anthem, is that this is a living shared world. So whether there's weather or it's nighttime, what we're experiencing together. Everyone that's playing Anthem at a moment is seeing the same thing. And this is what we mean when we talk about our world. It's a shared world that we all experience together. But then when I finish my mission, I come back to a base like Fort Tarsus. And this is a single player experience. I turn in my rewards, I talk to some characters, I experience the choices of my action. And this is where your story really lives and breathes. And by doing it this way, we're able to combine that impact and agency of a single player story with the fun of teaming up with your friends to play co-op in combat.
And we're also designing
You pre-order
it so
it
that
for
we
me,
can
it's my
add
side
story
business.
for years to come. So one of the first things that we hear when from our community is they want to continue to play in our worlds. When they've finished Mass Effect or Dragon Age, players want more story. And so we've designed Anthem in a way that we can actually add more story for years to come. And it could
Season
be anything.
oh fuck
New
it is.
moments
It's
with
literally
a
Destiny, isn't
character
it?
that you've grown to love, or an event in the world that deepens the lore, or an entirely new storyline and plot.
Well, I'm
It's
certainly not
Destiny.
going to complain about more story. I don't think anybody out there is going to either. So Kathleen, I wanted to ask you, from a writing perspective, since you are the lead writer, can you speak to what it's like to create a new world like Anthem from the beginning?
Well, what's really exciting for us, and not just the writers, but all of the devs, the designers, the artists, is that we're creating something new and mysterious for players to discover. So
Ian,
at the
I'm with you,
heart
dude. As
of
long as they
the
don't fuck it
premise
up,
of
it's fine.
Anthem is a world left unfinished by the gods.
I
But the gods
I
left
don't agree
behind
with
their
the
massive
Destiny way of
tools,
doing
and those
a season
tools are in
pass every
constant
year.
conflict with this
You know what I
unknowable
mean?
force
So you have
called
a
the
game,
Anthem of
2 season
Creation.
passes or
And
whatever,
the chaos
then
of
another
those
game,
things
2
pushing
season
against
passes.
each other means that the world is constantly being reshaped in new and unpredictable ways.
Yeah, violent storms, mutated creatures, gigantic monsters. It's a dangerous environment that you need to wear a suit of powered armor, a javelin, to be safe in.
Now, something I think a lot of players out there maybe don't stop to think about is just how much work goes into creating a new intellectual property or IP, as we've been saying. Now, we've seen all these different creatures, and Mark, you mentioned the storms. What's the process of creating a game like from scratch?
Yeah, it's something we've done a few times at BioWare. And really the hardest part is getting started, just kind of getting off the blank page. So what we try to do is we think about the new experiences that we're trying to unlock for players. So like, what is the fantasy fulfillment? What are the new things you actually get to go and do that are different from what you've played before? So that's where we start. And then once we think about those things, that's the power of creating new IP, especially for games.
I really hope they show the game after this.
To build a whole fictional
properly.
universe that's meant to bring out a certain experience. And then once we do that, then we still need to build all the rest of the stuff, and what unlocks us creatively is to think about like principles around art style, tone, and even the technology and the politics of our new world. And then from there, we can actually go and build out every last detail.
Yeah, and one of the unique challenges for Anthem is that it's a world,
Bungie lingo
an
very much in
experience
use
that's meant
here.
to feel alive, like it's happening right now.
I think
and
you're right.
so the world is always changing, whether the storms, seasons, and it's a really great concept to write for, because what it means is it gives us the opportunity to drop into the world, almost in real time, a dramatic event that changes the world for everyone.
If
And
the,
that could be
if
anything from
the
gameplay
seasons
to lore.
changed in real time, that'd be cool.
I mean, all of the moving parts in the dynamic world sound really cool, the way that they sound like they're going to come together. But even though there's obviously a lot going on, it really all comes back to your character. So
You
let's talk
joke
who
about it,
we're
but
gonna
that
be
is what it
playing
sounds
as
like.
and why we're fighting these crazy beasts.
So you are a freelancer, uniquely skilled to pilot these Javelin exosuits. And you need those suits to survive and fight in this world, because the world will kill you. But on top of that, our ancient rivals, the Dominion, they've discovered a way, they think, to weaponize the Anthem of Creation. And so we need to
The Dominion?
stop them and protect the free people of Tarsus.
They trying to get a wormhole.
Now, I've heard you call this power armor a couple different things. Is it a suit? Is it a javelin? Like, what's the canon term here?
We call them javelins, and there are 4, and they each have unique abilities. There's
Classes.
the Ranger, and then there's the Colossus,
Bat
the
fuck.
Interceptor, and
Speedy fuck.
finally the Storm.
Magic fuck.
Yeah, so each javelin gives you a different way to play the game. But the thing to remember is, like Kathleen said, you're not your suit. You are a freelancer, a pilot, which means you can decide which suit you want to use based on your mood, based on the mission you want to engage in, or the javelins that your friends are using.
But Ian, there's 4 of
So
them now. They've got
really
one
what
up
this
on
allows
Destiny.
us to do is we've built the suits to look like they're built from the materials of the world. So they each have their own unique abilities. So let's take a look at the Ranger now. The Ranger is a
Sniper.
more generalized suit, able to do a lot of different things, really designed for up-close and personal combat, one-on-one for the most part.
The fucking
more
stream's shitting
specialized,
itself now.
but able to really pack in big weapons that let them devastate the battlefield.
That looks like a Titan.
I'm just going to say the Storm looks like it's going to be my favorite. I'm sure you guys out there are
Fucking
picking
moth.
your faves right now, too. So the javelins look awesome, but we're going to take a couple questions right now. So Casey tweeted.
Yeah, it kind of
something
does
you may
look a
have
bit,
seen,
a little
asking
bit like
for,
Warframe, actually.
people out there to send us your questions. And the
It's
first
much
one is
slower
gonna be
than
from
Warframe, though.
It's Sweet Nicole, who asks, as a player who is all about making their character their own, what kind of customization options will be available?
Well, we
in
can have
Anthem?
lots of customization
Yeah,
options
we
that you can
want
pay
players
for.
to express themselves, both through customizing the way their javelin plays, through gear and weapons, but also being able to personalize the way that it looks, both through paint jobs as well as changing the actual geometry.
See, there was an
of the
N7
suit itself.
paint job
We
there.
want teams to be able to do this as well. And because you're going to be using a javelin for a long period of time, we really want you to be able to make it your own.
I'm glad you brought that up because actually, Jay Legato has a question connected to customization. Monetization.
Here you go.
How, when, loot box, cosmetics.
Yeah, so we are going to have some cosmetics and vanity items that you'll be able to purchase, but you're always going to know what you're going to buy before you spend any money on it. So no loot boxes, no ability to pay for power.
Yay.
So that means no ability to spend money on gameplay advantage at all within Anthem.
But
But
customization
even more
you can.
important than that, we want to make sure that Anthem is an immersive experience that feels like it's complete from the get-go. So that means a main story, a big open world, and an ongoing service that provides new content for a long period of time. New story, new experiences for everyone.
Well, I'm glad to hear that I can make my javelin pink. That's really all I wanted to know, I'm going to be honest. All right, Casey, we talked earlier about this being a co-op experience. So can you tell me a little bit about how the team gameplay in Anthem is going to work?
Yeah, it really is about, you know, the
But no, they're
fun
definitely
of
prepared
teaming
for the
up
questions, Tron, so.
as a team of superheroes and working together. So you want to get a few people together of different classes. So, you know, I think here we're going to see the Colossus, you know, just
The
hammering
Titan.
people on the ground in gameplay, if we can have a look at that. So heavy artillery, being really strong, you know, in melee combat. And then here you've got the Ranger shooting down from above. And then they're using combos and special abilities and stuff like that. But what I love is you don't just run around, you're swimming and flying as well.
So it's interesting because at the Slate Tones wants to know, how will you balance multiplayer with single-player storytelling?
So Anthem's really built around trying to combine the impact of having your own personal story with the fun of playing with other players. But we really want to make sure that, that playing with other people feels like a choice. So for people that want to just experience the story, you're going to be able to do that. Now, going out into an open world like this by yourself is going to be a little bit more challenging than if the team of 4 people. And we've really tried to balance the co-op experience to be fun, even for people that don't normally engage in this kind of thing. So I really hope that everyone at least gives co-op a try.
Okay, that's good to know. If you want to roll solo, you can.
It depends if someone's going to skip my
more
cutscenes or not. That dictates
well,
whether I do
know
co-op
you all
or
are
not.
on the edges of your seats. How about we show a little gameplay?
Yes, please.
Yeah? You guys want that? All right, so Kathleen, I think you're going to set this up for us?
I will. So, you and your friends have decided to play a mission called Scars and Villainy. The Scars have put together an acid-based super weapon, so you got to take them out.
Here you go, Ian.
So
Acid-based
you start
super
in
weapon.
The Strider, which is like a
That
giant
they got from the
walker,
acid
and it's your
mines.
forward base of operations. You have a conversation with your crew, Halleck, Faye, and Owen, and you'll hear Owen. He's going to talk us through the mission as we experience it here. And yeah, then you just get into your javelin suit and you head out with your friends.
All right. Well, thank you so much, Mark, Casey, Kathleen, for talking to me about Anthem today. We're going to go ahead and roll the gameplay now. Enjoy, everybody.
I don't know about you guys.
Time to get to work.
I'm sold on the look
They
and the
said
setting.
This bastard made some kind of acid. They're using it as a weapon. So, find where they're making this garbage and shut it all down.
It's just whether or not they fuck up the actual game or not. Or the service part of the game. Because it looks beautiful. That's a beautiful looking game. By the way, this stream is meant to be 720p. My arse is 720p.
What's the plan here? Picking up loads of scars nearby. Take a look around the area, but be careful.
Right. Checking out the Scar Camp some more.
Look at all the weapons! Oh, and the turrets! Better move quickly.
It's not a very BioWare looking game, is it? Doesn't seem like a BioWare game at all.
There's a Shaper relic. Wait, something's odd. Get a closer look, would you?
It is definitely not Panzer Dragoon.
See those radiant pieces of energy? They're echoes from the Anthem of Creation. Loads of scars nearby. Be careful. Return them to the relic. You've got to silence it fast. It's gone silent. Disaster averted. Do you think we get a bonus for... Wait, something's happening.
It's a boss.
What the hell was that?
I think that was whatever laid all the eggs around here. The sound came from below your position. On the plus side, this definitely counts toward hazard pay. There's a trail of this acid gunk leading down. Follow it, and we should find the source.
That sounds like Vision. What's his name? The guy that plays Vision. It's a ball bag with spikes. Paul Bettany, that's it. Yeah, that guy sounded like Paul Bettany to me.
How cool was that?
It does look good. I think that does look good. But the proof will be in the
that was
pie.
actually just a short version of the full demo that we brought here to LA. So if you want to come by the Anthem
Whether or not they
Theater
fuck
here
the actual
at,
game up.
EA Play, you can check out the game live.
So I'm sure the question on everyone's minds, when do we get to play?
March.
So Anthem comes out February 22nd.
Nearly.
2019.
Well,
on,
obviously.
Xbox One, PlayStation 4, and PC.
So mark your calendars, everybody. Fire off your tweets. Thank you so much again to Casey and the entire BioWare team. I know you guys have that awesome theater outside, so I will see you guys there.
All right.
Give it up for Casey Hudson, everybody. I also want to give a big thank you to all of the developers who showcased their games today and everybody working hard at their studios back home around the world. Let's give them all a round of applause. Now, some of what you saw today, you guys have to wait to play. But you guys, EA has so much available right now. Now, for those of you keeping score, you can get your free trial of FIFA 18's World Cup today.
Don't care.
And Andrew told us about the free trial of Origin Access.
Don't care.
Yarny is back with a buddy in Unravel 2, which is also available today.
Kinda care,
Plus,
but don't wanna buy it.
Take on your friends in Command & Conquer Rivals starting today as well.
Could not care less.
A lot of available stuff that's out today. Is anybody ready to go home and download anything? No? You're like, I just want to go outside and
I think
fan
hopefully
fest. I get it,
cross-play is a thing by then. I really do. Sony just need to... That needs to be one thing that Sony needs to announce.
World Cup live tournament
They really
is
need
going
to announce
begin.
that.
I'm going to head outside and check out the games, but I want to thank everybody for coming down to EA Play today and watching the press conference, and have a great weekend.
Yeah, that was pretty standard EA fare, wasn't it? That's Sea of Solace or whatever it was called. That looks really cool. Anthem looks cool. Unravel does look good. I just don't want to buy it straight away. And Battlefield looks fun. I'm sure it'll be really fun. I just can't get that excited about it because it's just another, realistic-looking shooting game. EA is usually about trailers and gameplay, Tom. It's just EA tend to waffle on a bit because they don't often have a lot to show. Because can you imagine how long that conference would have been if they had, they didn't have all the talking shit in it? It'd be about like 15 minutes long. Okay, I'm going to leave you guys with these guys, sorry, but I really need to pee. I'll be right back.
Let's just dive right in. By Gen's own Alana Pierce, Brennan Tyrell, and Max Scoville. Guys, so much to talk about Battlefield, Anthem, but let's start with this new Star Wars game. Respawn Star Wars game. We got the title, Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order. And then we also got a release window, fall 2019. Yeah. So I would guess that will be a big focus of EA's press conference next year.
Yeah, we know you play as a Jedi. Yeah. It's set between episodes 3 and 4. I mean,
a lot to fill up there, yeah.
Yeah. How do you feel about this, Max?
Yeah. I'm excited. I really wish that they'd held off a little bit. I think that they could have waited until Celebration 2019, until they had maybe, a logo, a trailer or something. Just to be sitting in folding chairs being like, hey, we're working on this thing. I have a lot of faith in it. I think it'll be really cool, but, maybe a little more sizzle.
Get a hold of the lightsaber.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I know. So Titanfall 2's campaign was really good.
Yeah.
So that definitely gets me excited. I hope there's at least a single-player campaign component to this game, right? One would expect. Are you expecting a multiplayer component as well? That's kind of also Respawn's thing.
Absolutely.
I imagine so, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, especially, coming from EA, I don't think they're in a place where they even want to give us any games that don't have multiplayer. And that's a question I have is, how are they going to monetize it? That's the thing we all care about now. Obviously, with Battlefield, they said no loot boxes. So hopefully that goes into this game as well, but we'll have to wait and see.
All right, we've got Sydney Goodman up in our top secret location to talk a little about that Respawn. Sydney, are you up there?
I am. So we obviously, as you said, just finished watching EA's press conference, and we finally got some news on Respawn's Star Wars game, which was something that I personally was very much looking forward to. They delivered it in kind of an anticlimactic way, but we still got news. Totally okay.
Turn that down a little bit.
You guys just said it is a 2019 release. They said holiday 2019.
Albaranz. Sorry, dude. Yeah, I just went to the loo quickly. Sorry.
Which I'm really excited about.
So yeah, that's usually the worst conference. That's usually the worst conference. So at least that's out of the way. We don't have to worry about that.
So Jedi are being hunted. That's not.
Actually, if we look at the bar at the bottom, we can tell when the next one is. I've actually forgotten when the next conference is.
With Respawn storytelling in Titanfall 2, we obviously saw that they can do a great story, and with Respawn,
Jessica Chodebot.
Infinity
Now, let
War,
me just double check the times again.
The Call of Duty
while we're waiting for that.
10, I think Modern Warfare 2 is probably one of my favorite, if not my favorite campaign in Call of Duty. So I'm excited about this. I think that we got a lot of really great information, even though it was just a snippet. But back to you guys.
All right, thanks a lot, Sydney.
Now we can have a look here.
That's the big game that
okay, so
we finally, it's been a year. We've been waiting to see what this game looks like.
Yeah, so the next one is Microsoft tomorrow.
Brandon, you have a lot to say about this.
I do. I have actually played Anthem. Yeah.
Next one is tomorrow for Microsoft.
To let us get our hands on it for a while. Let me just say that what you're watching right now, the flying through the air is.
Here you go. So yeah, Saturday.
Feels so good.
Saturday we just had EA's.
You're dashing, you're jumping, you're.
See you later, Brands. See you later, dude.
You can hover stationary to shoot stuff down.
Yeah, they don't give a shit about NHL, do they? Little bit weird. Right, there you go. Yeah, so it's done now. E3's done for today. No more. So yeah, 9 p.m. tomorrow afternoon. Tomorrow night, sorry, is the next one. That's Microsoft. You've got all the other times there for when they show up in the other parts of the world, some other parts of the world. Bethesda at 2:30 in the morning for us.
Anthem does come with 4 different javelins, each fulfilling a different class. You can customize.
Dude, they've never done a Sega conference, I don't think.
Faster tank, to really fulfill that sort of like traditional RPG class.
Yeah, so 9 p.m. tomorrow for Microsoft. Bethesda at 2:30. Monday we got Square first. That's 6 o'clock in the evening. I haven't put it on here, but I think there's a Devolver Digital one as well. I need to find out when that one is properly. 6 for Square, 9 o'clock for Ubisoft. I think it's 2 a.m. for Sony on Monday going into Tuesday for us. Oh no, yeah, it's a PC gaming show as well. Like I said, I'll probably stream it just to say that I've streamed them all. but it was really boring. The PC gaming one.
Definitely not us.
The Square one. If I swear to God, if they show Final Fantasy VII, there you go. Look, yeah, 2 a.m. for Sony, and then I believe Nintendo is 5 in the afternoon for Tuesday.
If we get attacked and terrible things happen in my Fort Tarsis, that will appear in your
Tom, I wouldn't bet on it, dude. The rumor is they restarted the game. Apparently, the guys making it, CyberConnect, I think they weren't happy with how they were doing it. So I've got a feeling they restarted the entire game.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Absolutely. So when you're
yeah, I wouldn't bet on getting a release date for it.
and like have these characters that you're
By the way, yeah, apologies for the it's slightly stuttery video there. I don't know if that was that might have been EA's stream, maybe. I'm not sure. Was fairly bad. I might try and stream it from Twitch next time. See if that's any better.
Yeah, exactly.
I guess they weren't happy with what how they were doing with the Final Fantasy remake, Tom. That's the only thing I can think. And you know, that game has to be perfect, or all hell will break loose. Can you imagine if the Final Fantasy VII remake isn't perfect? People will lose their shit. Sean, that is probably the thing I'm looking for as well. Like, that's the thing I'm looking forward to most that we know about. I really cannot wait for Cyberpunk. I'd love to see some gameplay if they could show some of that. That'd be cool.
Does each of your
yeah, looking. Actually, should we stop this now? Let's stop that. We'll get back to that. There we go. No, Final Fantasy VII. I wouldn't say Final Fantasy VII is the best game ever created. It's very good, but I wouldn't say it's the best game ever created. I think Final Fantasy IX's better. I know that's a horrible thing to say. Yeah, I actually think Final Fantasy IX is probably better than 7. I prefer the setting of 7, but I think 9's a better game. That makes sense. But yeah, that wasn't a great conference, was it? It was all right. I mean, it's just very, very EA, like just very, like bleh. There's not much. There was some exciting stuff there. I honestly think that Sea of Starless looks amazing. I think that looks really, really interesting. Graphically, I think it looks cool. The idea seems pretty cool. Should be a cheaper game because it's an indie game. And actually, they've knocked it out of the park so far as those EA originals go. Because Unravel, although it wasn't amazing, is really good still. A Way Out's meant to be great. I just haven't played it yet. I'm sure Unravel 2 will be good as well. I've never played Final Fantasy. It looks cool though. I'd like to try it out. Their conference is very chatty, Spider-Man. You're right. The best conference usually is the Sony one and the Nintendo one, because they just go game, show you a bit of gameplay, maybe a little bit of chatting just to tell you more about it. Game. There's no like stopping. It's just games. They just keep going with games. 6 is your favourite Final Fantasy, Sean? Yeah, I've yet to play 6. I really need to play that at some point. Oh, you said you had a VV tattoo, didn't you? Yeah. I really, don't get me wrong. I really like 7. I've got very fond memories of 7. I just I would imagine that game probably hasn't aged terribly well now. I don't know. Might have to play that again at some point. Maybe. I don't know. Maybe if they eventually make the PS4 backwards compatible with PS1 games, we could do that. Maybe. I know I could just buy that PC remaster thing they did for the PS4, but it's not quite the same. I feel like they try to make something fun with the chat instead of just standing there. It's just awkward, isn't it? Like, I totally understand why they're nervous, because I'd be nervous speaking in front of, well, there's probably a couple of thousand people in front of them, and then you've got to think that they're probably talking to another million people watching online, if not more. Yeah, I'd be nervous. I can't speak in front of people, like, if they're there. I wouldn't be so bad maybe if it was just talking to a camera, perhaps. Oh, thanks, Sean. Yeah, I'll be on. Yeah, but I'll be on roughly around maybe 8:30 tomorrow. We'll get it started about then, maybe 8:45, and then yeah, we'll keep going. The plan tomorrow is once I've started with the Microsoft conference, I'm just going to keep going until the Bethesda one. So chances are I might play a game or something along those lines. We might have to find a game that I can play just for a couple of hours. Might do a bit of Battlefront or something like that, perhaps. But yeah, I'll be on, dude. Final Fantasy 9 still looks phenomenal. I'm currently playing through on the PS4 remaster. It's I'd imagine that one holds up a lot better than 7. 7's kind of got that awkward, like, you know, you've got essentially the stick figure characters, don't you? But then when you go into battles, you've got like the kind of more realistic looking characters, and the difference in them is too great, I think. Whereas I seem to remember Final Fantasy 9 holding up a little bit better in that respect. Like the actual the top-down character models were like much better than the previous games. Dark Souls, man, use that as a filler. No, because it's not something I don't want to start a new game, Tom, if that makes sense. I'm not going to start a new game until E3's done. So I only want to do... Well, I say I'm not going to start a new game. If I could find a game that I could finish that quickly, I'd probably do it. But more than likely, I might just do, you know, something like Battlefront, where I can just dip in and do a few games or something along those lines. I'll have to figure something out, because it's going to be probably quite a big gap between the conferences. Because the Microsoft one will probably finish maybe about 10:30. It's usually about an hour and a half, roughly. In which case we've got, well, that's another 4 hours left to fill. But I don't know. I'll work something out. Honestly, I just want Nintendo, not that interested in the other guys. They'll be, yeah, that's fair enough, Spider-Man. If, you know, I think there's plenty of interesting stuff. But it depends what you like. It all comes down to what you like, doesn't it? Did I finish Zelda? I did finish Zelda, Tom. We literally just finished it a couple of hours ago. I did it before this stream started. Sorry, before this part of the stream started. It was super good. Did like it. You can do Zelda side quests. You're 1 hour behind me, right? Yeah, I'm. It's currently 8:30 for me. I'm guessing it's 9:30 for you. There's not enough side quests to do in Zelda now, I think. Like, even the ones I've got left are they're going to be fairly tedious. You know, you've got to find all the oh shit, what are they? You know, the history of the Zora. We've got to find all 10 of those. There's that kid that wants all the different types of weapons. That sounds boring as fuck. The only thing of note that we have to do in Zelda is that last trial of the sword. That's the only thing we've got left. So yeah, I don't know. Might do that separately. It's 9:30 for you. Yeah, I thought it might be 8:30. Yeah, it's 8:30 here. Yeah, I don't know. I've got plenty of games on the Xbox One, like short ones we could potentially play. Could maybe pick a game just to do in between every conference, maybe. That could be an idea. Something we can just dip into. Those are actually pretty interesting, the Zora ones. Yeah, they are, but I feel like I'm going to have to use a guide to find them now, because I have no idea which ones I've looked at and which ones I haven't. So that would fill up about, what, maybe half an hour, if that. That's the problem. Trial of the Sword will take a lot of time, I think. I reckon that last trial will probably take about an hour and a half to do, maybe, with the speed that I was doing the other one earlier. Another recommendation when you get through stuff, play through Monkey Ball. Tom, I could do Monkey Ball, actually. I do have, I've got Monkey Ball 1 and 2. Actually, no, I don't. I have, I've got Super Monkey Ball on the original Xbox. But until they make it backwards compatible, I can't actually play that. I don't know if that's what they'll announce, maybe they'll announce. I'm hoping they'll just turn around and say, like, oh yeah, every Xbox original game is backwards compatible now. That'd be amazing, wouldn't it? I keep expecting them to do that, but I know it's not that easy to do. The old guy that gave you the quest tells you roughly where they are. Yeah, true. I honestly don't think I could fill up, especially 4 hours. I don't think I could fill up 4 hours worth of Zelda with that. I don't know though. Who knows? Yes, Tom. It's a shame. I don't have them on the I don't have them on the Cube, because that would be ideal. I could just stream it through the well, actually, I'd need to buy something else because I'd have to stream it through the Wii, because my Cube is up in the loft, I think. But I don't have anything to connect the I don't have a way to connect a Wii to my capture card currently. I need some kind of like HDMI converter. I'll have to look into that. That's another thing to look into, but I don't have to worry about it for a while. Bloody hell. Emulator. I've never used a Cube emulator, so I'm not sure how well. I don't really want to learn how to do it yet, unless I absolutely have to. And I don't think I have. I don't have to yet because there's so much other stuff to play. Yeah, we'll figure something out. Anyway, I think I'm probably going to call it there because I usually don't stream. I don't stream at all on Saturdays or Sundays usually. So doing a, how long have we been on for? 6.5 hours. I think that's all right, isn't it? That's not bad. Yeah, I need to get some food. I'm really hungry. Let's see if we can find someone to ship you guys off to. Should we go? We'll see if we've got any friends that we can send you over to. See, I think that the whole problem with like streaming E3 is that I'm hoping like, oh yeah, I'll get loads more people in, but actually I think most people are watching all the big streamers because all of them are doing it. It's a little bit of a shame, but hey, I like doing it. I was going to watch them anyway myself, so why not watch them with you guys? I think it's a bit more fun that way. Let's see if we can find a Breath of the Wild person we can raid. I feel like, considering we just finished that, we should probably send some you guys over. Spider-Man, thanks, dude. Like I said though, I'll be back on tomorrow, about 9 o'clock, so 10 o'clock for you. If you're about, please do join. Who shall we send you over to? How about this person? They look like they might need a few more people. Yeah, let's send you over to this this lady. But yeah, no, I hope you guys have enjoyed it. I mean, it's that like I said, there's not a lot to react to with that one. Plus, I'm finding like, do I want to react over it? Like, I don't want to miss something, if that makes sense. Like when they're talking about something, you don't want to miss it, do you? But I don't know. I'll look back at the VODs later and see how it looked. It might have been all right. But yes. Anyway, guys, thank you very much for watching. I hope you have a wonderful evening, and I will hopefully see you tomorrow evening at some point.